apprehensive look on the face of Ivan Rakitic, who will be out there in the starting lineup today. The Nuevo Los Carmenes. A 425-mile trek for Barcelona, heading to the southwest along some of the prettiest coastline you will see in Spain, and then up into the foothills. Andres Iniesta in reserve today. In fact, as you can see, a few big names are there and a few more are missing. Messi perhaps more than all.
Well, as we're privileged enough to be in the bottom of this stadium looking at these wonderful pictures of the pensive players and the friendly players, countrymen, and now going to be warriors against each other. As Barcelona learned their lesson. They've lost some games against opposition quite similar to what they're going to be facing today, the lesser lights, with all due respect to Granada. But no question about it, when they went to Deportivo La Coruña a couple of weeks ago, Phil, it looked as if that one was a formality. This one should be as well. A team that's second off the bottom and in desperate straits, nothing less. And they come up against the champions of Spain, who are still chasing Real Madrid. 5 points behind right now as this game starts, so they know. You can tell it in their faces. This has got to be serious business taken care of. They're without the magic man, the medicine man. Cristiano Ronaldo? No. Lionel Messi is absent, suspended, but look at the stars that he has to take his place.
The same point, I guarantee you, if he had not announced that he would be leaving at the end of the year, there might be a few culés muttering in their mead today looking at the starting lineup. But this is a busy time of the season for Barcelona, and you need to rotate. The good news is the fact that even without Messi, Rafinha back healthy, and he's been involved in Neymar, you arguably have a player who's been playing even better than Messi.
Yeah, it's a fair comment in a lot of ways, but there's no replacing the number 10 in the Barca fans' hearts and minds. But certainly Neymar has been this wonderful run of form, both for club and country. Andre Gomes back in the midfield as well, so a lot of responsibility on him. And Mascherano linked up with Mathieu in the centre of the defence in front of Ter Stegen. Granada still believes, though, and this place is packed like a can of sardines.
And a good look at Memo Ochoa, the Mexican international, called back to El Tri and actually played in one of their recent games. Perhaps still a chance for the 31-year-old for Russia 2018. It is 5 in the back, Fulke and Hernandez, as they will be on the flanks. Agbo and Andres, right now they have their work cut out for them, while Angban and Wakaso backing up Kravitz in the attack.
Some interesting players. Andreas Pereira, 21-year-old Belgian and Brazilian youth international, Man United loanee, quality player, only 21-year-old, like I say, and came up through the vaunted PSV youth system. Phil, a lot of eyes will be on him from Manchester. He's a quality player.
David Lomban, former reserve player for Barcelona, wearing the captain's armband for Granada. And here is how Barcelona comes out. You see Sergio Roberto, wasn't that long ago, Barca fans were wishing him a quick send-off. Now he is their last hope at right back. Andre Gomes and Rakitic surrounding Sergio Busquets. Rafinha filling in for the Messi role, but no one really fills in for Messi.
That's right. You can't fill those boots no matter who you drop in, and Rafinha won't try to do that. But he will be in full support of a dynamic front three for Barca.
Moment of silence impeccably held. Two Uruguayans getting set to do battle. Silva in the back for Granada, and that is exactly where Luis Suarez will be headed. Underway. Granada in their red and white hoops with the blue shorts. It is the road kit for Barcelona, defending the goal towards the right. Bill Shane alongside Ray Hudson. Glad you could join us. Meanwhile, on the Spanish language side, Jose Hernandez and Eduardo Vizcayart. Silva, the 23-year-old, not only fellow Uruguayan, but both from Salto, rather small town with a huge input to the Charrua soccer squads. Also home for Edinson Cavani. Throw in about box high. Hernandez sending it long and over everyone. Matthew out to midfield. Little stumble that makes the fans happy. Angban out wide. On his inside was Kravitz. Goes to the goal line. Trying to shield it away for the throw. He does. Granada next to dead last. The benefit for them is an 8-point gap over cellar-dwelling Osasuna, who have just one win in 29.
And they're up against the team that has the best away league record in the Primera of Spain. So
Loose at the top of the box, laid back by
the
Kravitz.
expectations is that Barcelona should have more than enough, but it never often works out that way, especially when you've got these sorcerers of football like Neymar and Suarez and the entire Barcelona side, but some players coming into this squad with a little bit of a reputation to keep resurrecting. Andre Gomes, no question, but he has been a little bit improved of late and showing a lot more style and getting a lot of support from his teammates. Andre Gomes on the ball.
In many ways, without Messi, his job becomes easier. Part of the problem for him was figuring out where Messi would be so he could be somewhere else. Today with Rafinha should be a bit more disciplined. Take a look at our players to watch, and it is Memo Ochoa in net and Luis Suarez trying to break it. Players to watch brought to you by the new Just for Men Control GX, the first shampoo that gradually reduces gray, where the Luis Suarez tends to cause in many goalkeepers. Sergio Busquets spots the open Rakitic. Looped forward, Suarez, but the offside flag comes up. Close.
It's a little late as well, but he's probably right. Looked in lifetime as if he was just a half a step, and it's more than half a step. It's a good yard and a half, and nicely identified by Rakitic. Sees it, says I'll get it next time.
One back just outside. Suarez and Rakitic getting in each other's way.
Well played.
And then bursting through the midfield and skating to a stop, but he forgot the ball. Mubarak Wakaso.
Well played on the man who makes his living in Panathinaikos right now, but on loan from the Greeks. Ghanaian international, a real big barrel of fun.
Scooped over to the near side for Sergio Roberto. 11 seasons in the Barcelona system. A couple of years ago, it looked like he was going to be destined to go out, and then short of bodies at right back following the departure of Dani Alves.
Huge.
Luis Enrique said, give him a shot at right back.
Huge month for this Barcelona team, of course, with Juventus waiting on the horizon in the Champions League and the Copa del Rey final. They're locked in on focus ahead of the Clásico coming up.
Rafinha almost bursts into the box, but denied by Saunier.
What a month it's going to be for some of the big clubs around the world, none more so than Real Madrid and Barcelona. They've got a lot on their agenda and can afford no slip-ups.
Busquets, the one advantage that Barca has is they don't have that big match against Atletico Madrid also looming on the horizon.
It's a good ball played in. It's overhit and doesn't lead anywhere, but he liked that. Good vision, good quick sharp feet from Sergio Roberto, and a good nicely timed run by Suarez. Just needed the ball delivered into his path there. Early signs for Barcelona, very good. Very early moments in this match, but well and truly focused and sharp on the ball.
Rakitic will take it quickly. Lucas Alcaraz done a good job trying to right the ship, although it's taken on a bit of a wobble away from home, still looking for their first road win of the year.
Yeah, they're a good defensive team at home compared to the other two in that vicinity at the bottom of the table in La Liga, Phil. Only allowing 14-odd goals. Look out.
Neymar.
Nicely.
It's a fortunate bounce. Rakitic tries to pull it back. That one sails just a bit too long.
Just in comparison, Sporting Gijon 31 goals against, and Osasuna 33 goals against at home, and Granada just 14, as I say, so something to build on. A tough nut to crack, we'll see.
Jordi Alba.
Space.
It's not Suarez. Runs right into the buzzsaw, and Saunier able to pair it away.
Just
about players
still,
that need to really step up. Jordi Alba has kind of turned into an unnecessary player for Barca of late. But here, starting the run, Memo Ochoa diving at the feet of Luis Suarez.
And just diving at the feet, he's leaving his lane. That's more important. Wonderful from the Mexican. Off his lane right here, like a jackrabbit on a hot date. And he's just there in the nick of time. Lovely red carpet pass from Neymar, but Suarez just cannot meet the train at the station. Well played by Memo here.
Good look at the boss of Granada, Zhang Lijiang, and as we reported about a month ago, it looks as though the news might be about to break this week.
Well, we didn't report it. Phil Shane reported it. Come on, Phil, take a bit of credit.
It's the royal we. Long ball forward as Granada flips it on, but no one on the receiving end. Zhang going back to his Chinese team and realizing Granada in danger, plucking away one of our former BN brethren, former gunner in England great Tony Adams, perhaps the savior as the new sporting director. And that announcement should come down in the next couple of days, but what will be left to save if they can't survive over the next 2 months?
It might be too late for Tony, and in all probability it will be, but he's a great man and a wonderful footballing man, and he'll be able to help rebuild Granada.
Overlapping run. Ruled out for the corner. No real argument. Rukier against Neymar, one of the battles of the day.
You see what Tony will be coming into in this stadium. Beautiful setup, wonderful footballing environment, still passionate support from the Granada faithful. It's not easy to do and holding faith with your team when they're doing as poorly as they have this year.
Ochoa stays back. The off-balance touch sails away from Rafinha. Doesn't need the mask anymore, but still has that big bandage at the top of his forehead. There's the ball bounced up. It would have taken a harsh referee, and perhaps a bad one, to have called that as the handball against Uche Agbo. Silva into the center. Picasso.
Barcelona really responded well there after that really shocking result at Deportivo La Coruña on March 12th. A real good bounce back from them, and they took Valencia to task next time out and really put a shellacking on Valencia. 4-2.
Stegen might have gotten hurt a bit on that one as he tried to whip the ball away. Staying back on his line as the ball chipped in at the edge of the 6, still loose. Diving for it was Hernandez, but cleared by Barca. Suarez wrestled by Lomban.
It's a yellow card.
Gold medal takedown.
Oh, wow. That is an amazing. Look at this. This isn't a yellow card. He's turning with the ball. He's still fighting through.
Making sure that Luis wouldn't fall. Referee Jaime just gives the restart. Offside against Andre Gomes. Take another look. Here's Hernandez. Nice try by Andres Pereira.
The earlier situation when the ball went back to Stegen was in Kravitz, the big Ukrainian, locked down on him. And again, to Stegen leaving at a split second too late and then being caught underneath the cleats of Kravitz. There he is.
Down in the box, it is Kravitz, and he whistles that one off target.
Worth a try. With that sort of technique from the Dynamo Kiev Lyonnais, makes his own space, makes his own responsibility, and then tries to whack that into that top corner away from ter Stegen. Complete theme ter Stegen to Busquets, even when there's players in close proximity to Sergi Busquets. Ter Stegen's favourite target on the outlet from his feet. Understandably so. Sergi Busquets safer than the Bank of England.
Loco headed in the wrong direction, but back to the safe feet of ter Stegen. Well, as safe the start of the season, but seems to have shaved off just a bit of the risk. With a bump on the far side. Apologies. 4-year-old out of Stade Rennais.
An honest apology. The ball was there for a split second and then it was gone. Great play.
So it's to the edge of the area, but it carries.
Wonderful shielding of the ball by Sergi. And then great vision on the release. Here's a good look at big Kravitz. And see what he was trying to do. He was chance in 1,000 that it might find a target from that angle and in that much time. At 6'3", Artem Kravitz. And a good strike rate for the Ukraine international team, Phil.
6 and 15 for the former Dynamo Kiev man. Hangs in the air. Lomban trying to come under it. Nice from Kravitz, holding off at the edge of the area, just in case. Corner kick. We'll say throw in as it was cleared away. And off to the near side. Neymar not happy with the footwear. Pushed wide, Gomes back. Intercepted by Saunier. In for Agbo, on loan from Watford. Man advantage at the moment. See if they can take advantage, Granada. And it's a team that's only scored 25 goals in their 28 games. Every little bit helps. Suarez over on the far side. Eluded one, but not the other. Now with his footwear on, awaiting permission to return.
So many of these players, of course, for Barcelona being away on international duty. Actually, the entire side. And they've always been a team that seems to have suffered more than most after an international break. Again, ter Stegen to Busquets, and this is where it leads to.
Brings it down, looking for Neymar. Now on the this right side and still tying up the laces. Mafia with a bit of a limp. Again, there is no Messi, and also out Arda Turan, who might have been the man to step in to replace him if he was healthy. And Suarez available on the bench, as is Iniesta and the youngster Carlos Aleñá. BeInSports.com for all of the latest from La Liga and beyond. And there's the Twitter handle, of course. Invited to use the hashtag BeInLaLiga, and we'll see if we can share some. Top of the box, Rafinha somehow keeps his balance. Alba tries to chip it in, deflected away.
Poor direction from Jordi Alba with that much space and time.
Rust, though, probably.
Yeah.
It gives you an idea. Luis Enrique, as this Barcelona resurgence has been built on 3 in the back, not the 4 we see today. What he had to do is to bench arguably one of the top 2 or 3 left backs on the planet. But it's worked.
Well,
and now Rafinha's out.
Been a variation, Phil. It's been a tactical flexibility that he's introduced when the need arrived, and sadly Rafinha looks done for the day.
He's going to have to limp. So there might be a groin pull. Regardless, his day is done. And this is interesting. Alcácer's coming in, so wrinkle of wrinkles, Juan Carlos Unzué, one of the men who is rumored to be a leading candidate to replace his boss next year, having a few words, but this will be 2 front runners. Suarez with some company.
Well, sad exit for a very gifted young footballer. And a different bird of a different feather comes in here. He can be super sharp and dangerous. He's been scoring goals when he's been in and introduced of late, Paco. So this might be just the environment for him to capitalise upon. A sad, sad countenance on young Rafinha.
All right, put on your coaching hat here, because we don't normally see Alcácer and Suarez at the same time, let alone with Neymar on the field. What do you think they're going to do?
We'll see, said the blind man. This is not something you plan for in the technical area, but really it's just got to be an adjustment for both of them. There it is again. Continual mistake in Buzi.
And it is by design. They do have Denis Suarez available on the touch if they wanted a wide player.
He's in here.
Looks like Rakitic is pushed up to the wing. Suarez on his inside. Switches to the back post, and Neymar could not get on top of it.
Well, Rakitic has got a big decision to make here, because Suarez is streaking in without a defender on him right there. Well, that's too late. But earlier, as soon as Rakitic picked the ball up, Suarez was available behind the back line, but he hesitated. They're not closed up, but Neymar's wonderful electric pace there invited another passage for Rakitic, and he was close to finding the Brazilian, but the Croatian just a little bit off target.
By the way, maybe as a part of a Sergio Roberto-like switch, Alcácer playing out here on the right mid. Hasn't had much luck getting on the field at center forward, so see if he can be a little versatile. Alba.
There'll be that change between them as well. It won't be. Barcelona will always want that width maintained, so you'll see Paco probably a little bit more wide than what he usually is, but we've seen it with Suarez so many times throughout the course of the game. He'll fade out wide to give the prerequisite width of the Barcelona DNA. I'm sure there'll be interchanging, but it'll be Suarez. It'll be coming up. It's the point man, unquestionably, but look at this.
One touch, Alcácer, not a bad idea.
Great ball.
Although Suarez was waiting for a drop.
A fabulous pass. Into find Paco. The ball over distance, absolutely marvellous. And then that square ball on the volley from Paco Alcácer, impressive. Lee.
Pulled down, not much to it, but the ref says so.
I think he got pickpocketed. It was very tight confines. Touches it by. There's a little clip from behind. Good call.
The box bursting over. Saunier out for the corner.
Good play by Jordi Alba. Really quick feet, driving into the heart of the red and white defence, and then the quick give-go, get with him.
With the draw, it would be 2 points dropped against Real Madrid, who still have that Celta game in hand. Atleti, with their win, jumping ahead of Sevilla, who were held earlier today. Into the 6. Out comes Memo for a jump. His defense didn't know it. Now a collision. Gomes just clattering in. Sear the contact, and the flag does.
In front of him, and it's there to be won. Take a look. Right there, he's gone to block the ball. There's very little.
Hector Hernandez, a player who is down, and now Suarez and Alcácer trying to figure out their roles. At least defensively, Alcácer is responsible for this right flank. Over Busquets, Kravitz.
Certainly a different position than he played with Valencia. Very seldom we'd see him fading away, but this is required here now. And again, it'll be interesting to see how many times he does drift in to support Suarez as well. To being proven to be a wonderful goal scorer for the national team of Spain, Paco Alcácer, but it hasn't certainly worked out for him so far at Barcelona.
6 goals,
I'd be happy to just get on the field, you know.
Laid out wide, Fulquier sneaks past 2, over comes Alba. Fulquier, but he reaches out to try and get the leverage, and the foul called.
Well, that's the attitude all players should have. When the referee calls the right decision, give him a smile and say, nah, ref, you're wrong. Fulquier, a little fibber. Lovely smile.
Think it saves him from a card?
It did.
Alba not smiling. 28-year-old left back. Off the chest of André Gomes, and Barca loses possession. Lifting it up and down this near side for Hernandez. Up down the line. Amban dispossessed.
Well played by Paco. Tony Adams watching in, just got a shiver down his spine. At that time, though, well won. Lomban leads to this.
A little slip from Mascherano. Back comes Nacho to cover.
Look out!
Kravitz cuts to his right. Out wide for Agbo. And then parried away. Alba
How
in
much
the cover.
more of an invitation does Artem Kravitz need to pull the trigger? Counter.
No gold plate needed for Neymar. He's 18 carat in for Suarez. Scoops it up off the crossbar. Neymar from an offside position puts it in the net. But what a goal it would have been.
How applaudable is this in failure? Absolutely magic from both Neymar and the Uruguayan. Take a look at this. Suarez takes it all into account. And it's a beautiful attempt with the outside of his foot. Softer than a mother's kiss with his touch, and placement was almost impeccable. Lick of paint denied him.
It's Enrique pacing on the sideline. Would have brought a smile and some comfort if that one would have gone in. 20 minutes left to go.
The referee have said that Neymar was interfering with the goalkeeper. You never know. Sometimes nowadays, the referee's interpretation, that was in a pass. Well, no, it wasn't. But it's gone begging now. There's another bird's eye look at it. Lucky birds.
Memo Ochoa beaten, but gets the benefit. And then from a goalkeeper's perspective, sometimes gives you the confidence that it's your day. This is a Granada squad that has been struggling almost since the outset. Lucas Alcaraz's job made easier and harder by a mid-season rebuild. Suarez cuts to his left, finds his Brazilian compatriot, blasts it down, and Ochoa, the spin takes it into his body.
Really, that's what it is, the spin that takes it in. I'll look at the replay on that one, Phil. I think he just grew jellyfish on the ends of his arms.
Friendly jellyfish, though, because Suarez was looming.
That's right. He certainly spills it. It was a side footer from Neymar. It came right at the goalkeeper, but Neymar gets out of dodge. It's a fine pass from Rakitic.
They were down behind the play. Play on, though. Neymar to the 18. Suarez.
Nicely.
Rakitic. Suarez! Parried by Memo Ochoa. Back into Suarez. And it's parried wide by the Mexican again.
Wow! This is breathtaking. Jaw-dropping brilliance from Memo Ochoa. Outstanding. Every which way. This is a beautiful ball fed out wide. Neymar takes him on like St. George and the Dragon, pulls it back. Wonderful 1-2. Razzles this ball at Ochoa. He stands up, he spreads himself again and does enough to push it wide.
From the corner, loose in the 18, and now a chance for Granada to head the other way. Ukiena go out wide. Also pulling wide, Andres Pereira, and now on the ball.
Seemed to be a pullback there by Andre Gomes, but advantage played. What a virtuoso performance there from the ex-America man. 31-year-old now, Memo Ochoa, still a young man by goalkeeping standards.
And from a Mexican perspective, before a lot of them started heading to Europe, he had to go to France, to Ajaccio. Not exactly a powerhouse to earn his European pass. Then to Malaga, where he got stuck behind Carlos Kameni. And finally to Granada, where he's getting a chance to be the #1.
Tough man to get past Kameni in more ways than one.
Challenge just outside the 18 by Sergio Roberto. And our first caution of the day.
On behind, through the player. Reaching in as well, out of control. Here's that wonderful pass from Ivan Rakitic. He's onside on the far side, Neymar. Beautiful touch to control. And the give and go here. And then the power hit is an absolute barrel of TNT. And then this time he touches it, drips honey on it beautifully, does everything right. And then Memo spreads himself absolutely magnificently. That's as good a top-class goalkeeping in the world as you'll ever see. The first one, he was like a kangaroo on a springboard to get to the power hit. And then the second one, he wasn't buying any of the hocus-pocus from Suarez, and then still denied him.
Memo in net for that victory against Costa Rica. In for Suarez. Memo denies him regardless. The offside flag was up. His first appearance for El Tri in 4 months. Only 3 this year, as Juan Carlos Osorio going with goalkeeper in 3. Well, we picked those 2 as the players to watch, and we haven't had much choice. That's where the action's been.
Well, every goalkeeper looks forward to these games, I would imagine, playing against the vaunted Barcelona. This is the game they know the world's watching. And you raise your game to deny some of these starburst players. And Ochoa's on form tonight.
Down goes Pereira in the area. Collision with Mathieu. One right back. Here's Kravitz. It's knocked free again. Now there's two players down, and Pereira still down. Belgian-born Brazilian youth international.
This is the Man United property. Getting pulled down here.
Didn't seem to be much contact.
Too much at all. Seemed to take maybe an elbow from Jeremy.
You can see Luis Enrique still coaching Alcácer on this flank.
Sure, he wants him to keep getting inside when that opportunity. He doesn't want him to be isolated in this situation against a team like Granada. He's given him the office to start like he is there right now and give the Barcelona that recognisable width, but he wants him cutting in to support Suarez.
As you saw by the replay, if that would have been ruled a foul, it was right in the area, but no real argument from Granada. Quarter hour left to go in this opening half.
Half an hour in, a lot of people were expecting the scoreline to be a lot more inflated than what it is in favour of Barcelona. I'm not naming.
Shall we name names?
I'm not going to name any names because that would be indiscreet. Matteo Benetti, Phil Shane.
I was the one that never mind. Still scoreless as Granada desperately in need of points, but in all honesty, they're getting to the point where they need three. One is not enough, even against the likes of a Barca. Talked about the 8-point gap over last place Osasuna. They are 8 points away from safety. Why doesn't Denis Suarez get more time? Well, I'm sure she would have loved it if he'd be out there, and I think he will before it's over.
Lucky.
Blasted by Alcácer, but off target.
A beautiful ball played in to Luis Suarez, this, and it just gets away from him.
Why isn't Denis Suarez
devil? Tough challenge that one from Hector.
And a little retaliation. Seemed like it would have been a more
natural
like-for-like swap when Rafinha went down. On Anban. Letting the dogs run. Here's Hernandez, but actually cuts in front of Mascherano. Next to the center, Gomes keeps it going. Alba.
It's a wonderful pass out of the back there from Mascherano. Nicely fed on by Andre Gomes.
Able to grab a point on the road earlier today. It's the team just in front of Granada. It's wide. Alcácer in the corner. His time in Valencia. It's not that he was not a mobile player, but more of a striker than a wing by far.
Yeah, good point, man. Good mobility in the Suarez position. Showed for Valencia. But that wonderful run of form that even the Spanish national team had to put him in. Look out!
Chance here on the fire, but Memo down quickly. Suarez appealing for a penalty. Chance now for Granada the other way. Ochoa's been busy early. Does Luis Suarez have an argument? He got the shot away.
It was a great turn. It was a beautiful ball right into his feet for him to feign and spin off, but the defender right on top of him. Literally.
Alba on the whistle. Although again, it's not a head injury. But at the same point, if it's thought to be serious, and obviously Santiago Jaime had this one right in front of him. Here you see, in all honesty, I think Lomban needed a saddle.
Again, it's well stated, Phil. It's amazing how one couldn't be identified by a man down there at that level and that proximity. It's the second time he's really not pulled out more of a severe call on that defending by Lomban.
The heat map, I think he's rather heated at the moment. Sergio Busquets.
Lomban, of course, an ex-Barcelona player himself.
Went to Elche before moving on to Granada. Now this might even be much for a red-hot Neymar. Helped lift Brazil to the first qualifying spot for the next World Cup over the past week. to the spot. Matthew brings it down, but everyone else had overrun. What a golden chance that would have been for Mascherano's first.
He doesn't bring it down. The ball's played into him, and he goes to try to control it, but I think somebody tied his shoelaces together here. Just bounces up for him. Got to be forgiven for a defender if it's in the aerial position. Beautiful play by Busquets, and I think Jeremy Mathieu made a final target with his head.
Alba inside, what speed, and then reaching back with his heel to deny. Saunier, here comes Sergio Roberto.
Ball
Nodded down to the middle. In comes Suarez, bumped again. Shoulder to shoulder, says the ref, and it's out for the corner.
Well, less of a protestation here from Luis Suarez, and it looked as if it was an impeding action on him. Take a look. Oh, man.
Uruguayan against Uruguayan, I guess all's fair.
I saw him before, Gaston Silva and him talking downstairs in the tunnel.
And they're still talking. I don't think they're asking how their aunts and uncles are doing.
I think he got away with one there, Gaston Silva. The argument is, by Silva's standpoint, the ball was beyond and it was away from him when the collision happened.
Much more of an argument for Silva than there would have been for Lomban on his two challenges.
Really.
Good look at the 6-foot central defender on loan from Torino. I was going to say, a ton of players coming in the midwinter window. That was part of the problem for Lucas Alcaraz. Hernandez brought in from Sociedad, Picasso from Panathinaikos. On the bench is Rui Silva, the young keeper from Nacional. Promising Colombian Adrian Ramos, brought back from China. Along with Greek midfielder Panagiotis Kone from Udinese and Sver Ingeson from Lokeren, defender out of Iceland. So pretty much half the team brought in and out. The team wasn't working to begin with. Nice reach in by Picasso. Rakitic gets it back and then trips. Free kick Barca.
Granada certainly coming with a good attitude of fighting spirit and really making this a physical alley fight for Barcelona to contend with. The goalkeeper's playing up to his scratch mark. It's a very, very combative defence. They are scratching and holding Barcelona, frustrating them, putting the cork, 2 corks up the nose of Barca in this game.
Pass more likely from Neymar. Dropping it in towards Memo Ochoa. Good ball in. Mathieu misses again, and it bounces past Mascherano. The 2 center backs on 2 golden chances. Suarez, but then kept in play nicely by Angba.
The service again, absolute 24 carat. And it's an ingot placed on a golden altar for the Frenchman, and he cannot believe he doesn't make contact with this.
Overrunning the ball, Kravitz. Now chasing it down, far side with Busquets. Neymar makes the Ukrainian disappear. But then he gets decked. Referee checking. He is grabbing his face. Appeals that it was an elbow to the eye.
As I said just a few minutes ago, is Granada side making this a decided brass knuckles alley fight, and are fighting like demons. It's going to be too long before Barcelona's naughty tricks may come out. Seeing who it would be is a good look.
Hand comes up to the face.
Challenges that are going in are leaving his feet. Stud showing, again, nothing given. And it's been happening for 39 minutes. That's what you're going to face when you got a team at the bottom of their rope fighting for their lives. It's understandable. Not saying it's right at all, but that's all you've got. Going to depend on that total commitment and thud and blunder. Again.
Finds Suarez in for Neymar. Up steps Silva. Rakitic with a good idea. It just didn't come to fruition.
Beautiful run. Brave goes right into them. There's an elbow and a raised arm right across the face of Andre Gomes. And referee seeing that advantage is going Barcelona's way. Continue to play, and then Rakitic not able to guide it in.
Questions earlier, but Barcelona dominating everywhere but the scoreboard. Volkswagen halftime coming up with all the details. There have been some surprises today. Among them, Valencia with a big win at home over Deportivo. Speaking about new bosses in charge, Voro. 8 games won in league play this year. That's more than the 3 prior Che bosses combined. Might be finally shedding that interim tag.
Says he doesn't want it.
Tough, you're taking it. 4 minutes left in the opening half. Ochoa, 5 saves in the first half. No keeper in Europe's big leagues has more saves. He wanted to get action. He found the place. Rakitic eludes Angban. Wide for Roberto. 2 in the box. And over both. Backside, Neymar lets it run. Deflected away for the throw-in. Mid-60s, low humidity. Good night for football. Just a bit of a breeze from the north to cool things off.
Well, we haven't seen too much of the Barcelona type of football that you're alluding to, Phil. It's been pretty much played into Granada's area, but the accuracy from Barcelona hasn't quite been there.
The fact that Lionel Messi is missing.
It's a big part of it.
As to Rakitic, clattered over. Looked like Agbo just leveled him. And Rakitic in disbelief. Kravitz to the inside. Sergio Roberto does well.
Really well. Great challenge coming across the danger man. There's plenty of him to come across. Kravitz doing a great job there, Sergio Roberto.
6'2", 200 pounds, the Ukrainian. Out wide Gomes. Neymar carries.
Again, jumping into the tackle, and another one that wasn't identified by the referee. From behind as well.
Nice touch out of danger, Rakitic, but he leaves Suarez biting. Threaded through for Neymar. Ochoa reaches out to tap it, but it would have been called off anyway.
Wonderful run inside by Ivan Rakitic. Really, once he saw the pass from Suarez disappear, he identified Neymar, and I tell you what, Phil, it was onside.
Ochoa makes it a moot point with the stop, but an idea from Rakitic. Of late, we've seen better from Neymar. 6th offside against the defending champs. Finds Rakitic.
What a ball. What a pass.
Thought about coming out, and he gets caught in no man's land.
This is an astonishing goal, and he knows where his butter comes off the knife onto his bread. Jordi Alba steps through this absolutely imperiously. This is a magisterial pass of the highest proportions, people. Take a look at this ball. He doesn't need to control it. He identifies Suarez's run immediately, immediately, and he delivers it. That's a magnificent pass, and a touch as soft as the moonlight through the panes from Suarez. Again, the pass is the one that needs to be shown, but showing Suarez a chance like this, like showing Dracula the keys to the blood bank. But Jordi Alba, what a ball! An opulent pass, Phil. First time stepping into it like that, with the right weight, the right direction, the right trajectory, is almost an impossible feat.
Almost.
Almost. 1 in 1,000 players can do that. Amazing. Watch it again, people, on facebook.com/BeinSportsUSA. And wear your batteries out, wear the internet out on that pass. Magic again, Boozy.
23rd goal of the season for Luis Suarez, still 2 back of his missing mate Lionel Messi. Out wide, looking for a second.
I tell you, well played.
Nice from Neymar.
Is there a more unlike Barcelona goal? Could they go any more against the grain? I thought I was watching the EPL. And the ball was fed over such a distance in the direction, just an exquisite pass.
And that will do it for the opening half. A touch of exquisite to make the difference at the break.
Well, Memo did everything he could before finally he was just hung out to dry by a flash of pure brilliance with the creativity of Jordi Alba, and then a flash of pure inspiration.
Vamos ya metidos, vamos.
This midfield still, Barcelona has so much to answer for. It's not the typical Barcelona football. They do have that wonderful goal to sit on, but other than Suarez and Neymar, you see that inventiveness, this an astonishing ball. This Busquets started as always, but then to identify this ball over the top and to drop it into that area, first time on the run. The first ball is so perfect, it doesn't need to be controlled. And then the pass into the goal from Suarez, very special.
Well, as you see, a switch for Granada. The player coming out is Victorian Angban, while Jeremy Poga checks in. The 20-year-old Frenchman on loan from Chelsea. Boga went last year at Stade Rennais, the Marseille-born midfielder. A bit more of an attack look with Boga in there to start this second half, but will it be the difference? Phil Shane, Ray Hudson with you. Barca with the lead. 23rd goal for Luis Suarez on the 4th assist from Jordi Alba. Jose Hernandez, Eduardo Vizcarra on our Spanish language side, and Lucas Alcaraz would love to have the problem of a Jordi Alba in reserve. Well, brought back down by Paco Alcácer, who's coming in for the ailing Rafinha, and rather than playing up front with Luis Suarez, is actually on that right wing. Well, it worked wonders for Sergio Roberto. Here is Alcácer into the area, denied by Memo, his 6th stop of the match.
Well,
maybe right wing looks pretty good.
Plenty of crack to this hit, and Memo reading it exactly well and covering that inside of the post beautifully. Confidence boost at the start. Sergio Busquets, for me, has not put a single foot wrong in this game. Even Rakitic has had a very involved game as well. Andre Gomes has been on the periphery of the game, and questionably still looking to be involved a lot more. But in a good tactical position, let's just say.
And does just in front of the 20-year-old. Now, should he have kept coming out on that
He's got nothing
goal?
On the inside of him, has he? There's nothing in support. Andre Gomes arrives late because there's too much space to make up. Suarez the same, so he's got to go for goal.
And Ochoa outstanding, but there will be questions in regards to the goal.
Oh, a harsh man, Phil.
Normally, if you come out, keep coming. When you stop and try and put it into reverse, that you get caught.
If he's going to keep coming like that, he's going to be slid under first time with a dagger ball on the grass. And I think he did well to at least make Suarez pick out how many players in world football can arrest the ball with that sort of. I mean, you see, when you look at it again, people, you look at how Ochoa leaped in the air. He was literally a fingernail away from getting contact on it. It didn't work out because Suarez slices his spam very thin.
Busquets punched down right in front of the referee. Holmes takes a tumble, no whistle, out wide. Foulquier over quickly. Something we've seen a lot. Busquets sliding over to help on the left as Alba has been caught upfield.
And Andre Gomes had left that ball after that tackle that put him on his backside, just outside of the box. So you're right, Phil. Good cover up until Andre got back into his position that he's now in.
And Messi due to suspension. Turan out injured. Piqué to be rested. At you in there for Piqué in the starting lineup.
Oh, what was that?
As Rakitic now headed across midfield. Almost. Second effort finds Alcácer. Neymar. Relatively quiet first half for him.
Oh. Messi, where are you? Suarez looking. Where's Leo?
Silva.
Really is a prime example of the last piece of the jigsaw being missing, and probably just automatically when Neymar gets that ball, cuts in, plays to Suarez. Suarez dummies over the top of it. You'll bet your bottom dollar Lionel's streaking in there.
Side Saunier, and the 7-year-old Frenchman being harassed.
Oh, well played.
And then sneaks it through. A chance on the break. It's Boga one-on-one. Boga low to the far corner. Pings it home. We're tied at 1.
Jeremy Boga comes and absolutely puts the kibosh on Barcelona.
Brilliant ball through.
It's Andre Gomes that is vindicated
right is his reference point. But when we see this again and replay, and you people with your machines, there's a bad challenge by Andre Gomes that cost Barcelona possession, and this is the resulting. Ter Stegen tries to cover it one way. He's got to take that inside of the post, but he's opened up a big window of opportunity for Boga to come in and find the side netting, and he does. Good pass.
Fighting to try and reclaim the lead. Fans at Los Cármenes making some noise here. Right about Gomes just giving up possession easily, but what a run by Saunier.
No
and the
question.
pass.
No, absolutely. This is, again, it's too late. You're seeing Gomes trying to make up for his initial mistake. There's no cover in those positions for Barcelona. A lot of the time when they lose it in those types of positions, they don't often lose possession in those places, though.
Whistle to the near side. Alba forced to retreat. Barcelona looks rattled here. Ocaso in the midfield. And what a substitution by Lucas Alcaraz. Already, we've only gone about 6 minutes, Ray, and 3 times the speed of Boga has caused problems, and this time it's jackpot.
Sure.
And they might not be done. Fulquier, top of the box, back for Uche. Again for Boga, blocked by Mathieu. And now all of a sudden, Granada starting to believe.
That the fans behind the crowd as well, behind the cameras,
a mini
absolutely
Poznan.
in complete joyous jubilation that they are back into this game because of that young man.
Just his second goal. Now towards the spot, headed high. His first coming in a blowout loss against Las Palmas. I think Jeremy Boga will remember this one a little longer. Pereira, the long-range shot, no problem for Ter Stegen.
Well, our good friend Neil Barnett on Sirius XM Radio has been telling us about this young man. He's a Chelsea property, of course, Suarez.
Challenged first step by Ocaso. Here's Neymar from long range, but right into the midsection of Memo. 7 saves for Ochoa.
Hardly a save, Phil. The back pass to him by Neymar that time, and Ochoa throws his Mexican hat on it.
Granada have won 3 of their last 4 at home at Los Cármenes. This would be the cherry on top. Neymar. Wide for Gomes. Across the 6 and parried by Saunier. And now another switch, and something wicked this way comes. The Colombian Adrian Ramos. They're going for the win. 55th minute. Neymar offside. A couple of ex-Barca boys on the bench, and Sergi Samper and Isaac Cuenca. It looks like they might stay. Oh. Neymar appeared on.
Certainly was level.
And disagreeing with Fernando Tresaco on the far side. That's the 7th time they've been caught by the flag. A lot of hard work for Kravitz. His coach appreciates it, even though it's not showing on the scoreboard. Now Adrian Ramos, the 31-year-old Colombian, brought back from China. Extended Dortmund, Hertha Berlin, and America de Cali, where he really made his mark. Again, one of those players brought in the winter window. A smile on Alcaraz's face. You don't see that often.
Well, he's getting criticised by Luis Enrique there for not getting the ball back into play. He says, we're happy. You don't look so much.
Luis Enrique has never lost against Granada in 7 tries. And he still would not lose this one, but 2 points would be a huge gift for Real Madrid, who host the Clásico. A sign that they're taking this seriously. Suarez just before the break, Boga just after. Sergio Roberto gives it up. Fans letting Silva know there were footsteps behind. Earlier, Malaga, Oscar Romero, some of these players going abroad to China, and then changes. And some of them back. Neymar looking for the opening, now back over for Busquets. Approaching the hour mark. Rakitic. Neymar lets it run. Back from Alba. Neymar blocked away. Right in front by Fulquier.
A beautiful little ball that was from Jordi Alba.
Putting it into the Frenchman.
Just dropping it beautifully dead for Neymar.
Forward down the line. Alba. Neymar trying to slice it in. Casu retreats and then launches it upfield. Ramos looking at Jaime, wondering where the whistle was.
The ball.
For Neymar, cuts to his right foot. Saunier throws his body in. Memo punches, but straight to Paco, who misses. Suarez beaten to the ball by Hector Hernandez. And then the foul as the Uruguayan tries to win it back.
Unfortunately for Paco Alcácer, he'll not want to see that replay. The ball dropping into him and plenty of room, plenty of space. But shanks it, miscontrols it, and then Suarez racing for it down.
Probably a good no call as Ramos, the one who instigated the contact. Yellow card for that. After Lomban's 2 horseback rides in the first half, went without a whistle. Settles, looks for help. Lunges to keep it in play. Chirano denied. Lomban in good position. Take a look at what's coming up for Barcelona. Of course, those Juventus matches in the Champions League. What a showdown there, all leading up to the Clásico. Sevilla taking on a bit of water. Mentioned the scoreless draw earlier.
Another good demonstration from young Jeremy Boga, excuse me, Pogba.
It has a fit to it.
No argument. They like him at Chelsea, Phil. They've sent him out 2 consecutive loan teams. Some promise there.
Olga again mentioned Stade Rennais on loan last year. Just 2 goals through the season. Netted his second here tonight, and they still have about 10 to go. Let's see past Wakaso. Finds Silva into the middle for Ramos. Mascherano. Pushed back by Roberto, and no problem for Ter Stegen. Olga.
Make no mistake, there's a fire going on here now in the Barcelona basement. These are 2 points that they simply cannot afford to slip out of their grasp. Well, full credit to Granada for really coming back and drawing this game level, but make no mistake, Barcelona kiss these 2 points goodbye and throw the lights off.
Maybe focus on Europe at that point.
I never say never, really, but Phil, this would be an absolute death knell for them.
Driven along by Saunier, but no one really giving chase. And again, as Iniesta awaits his arrival.
And waiting and waiting.
Lucas Alcaraz with a couple of new faces in the front office to help. Maybe this gives them hope of survival. A point that they would not have counted on.
Good ball again by Busquets.
In attendance here today, Valdenito, Hernan Crespo, who is reported to be stepping in alongside Tony Adams in the Granada front office. Neymar dances around the 18. Busquets. Will it hold? No.
He started the construction of this movement from deep, deep, deep. Busquets and knitted it together. That's where he skips the light of Andre Gomes and leads to that pass. That's absolutely irresponsible defending there.
Granada's first shot on goal coming 50 minutes in. And you know what? They better be careful because they're still vulnerable. Limban again renews his wrestling match with Suarez. Lifted up, but Memo out and then buried by Paco. He's giving credit where it deserves, but he's on the scoreboard in La Liga.
A wonderful run, and just like Lucho Enrique had been telling him, keep cutting on the inside and take his position when Suarez either fades away or joins the midfield, and he does. Wonderful here from Suarez, holding off. He's onside as the ball's looped over him, a rainbow pass, and there's the pot of goal for Paco. It's brilliant hold up, strong play, and then that's a clean finish. Again, wonderful run away, peels away like tissue on a toilet roll. Paco Alcácer, a little flick up into the big man of David Limban, but incidental. And Paco says, thank you very much. That's the go-ahead goal for Barca.
Clinical finish by Alcácer. And you can see that's something they've been working on. If you missed it, watch it again. Facebook.com/beInSportsUSA. Huge goal for Barca. Cannot afford to let the intensity drop now, though.
A marvelous play by Luis Suarez. It was a lovely, clean, neat, sweet finish. And a good run, unquestionably, by Paco Alcácer. But the strength that Suarez shown in holding off Limban, who was being like a Rottweiler on a poodle for most of this game onto Suarez, to hold him off like that and spin away and then loop that ball over the top. Wonderful vision.
His 23rd goal of the season to open up, and that's his 10th assist, tied for the league lead.
Nicely.
Rakitic to his left, lifts it, tapped away by Memo, caught flat-footed.
Great ball from Sergi Busquets, knifes this ball through the midfield into Rakitic, and then he finds a space, twisting, turning. Wonderful. good save. Right at him. Couldn't get the requisite angle towards the goalposts. Right at Memo.
He's given up 2 goals, both forced to come off of his line to try and deny a break. In the corner. Cleared away by Ramos. 7 saves, but it might not be enough. Figure Rakitic or Gomes would be the obvious choices as Iniesta awaits. Neymar. Sonye on the other end. Suarez escorts it out.
When Lombard went to hold his face in that situation, Phil, that led to the goal, Lombard knew that Suarez had already evaded him, and that's when he went to try to buy one, perhaps from the referee. There's certainly a little flick against his face, but nothing that would have put this one off. And a wonderful finish by Paco. A great combo that, but all the credit in the world to Luis Suarez.
So, in the pool as to who would replace Messi, I don't know if anyone would have picked Paco Alcácer. Slotting in for Rafinha, who was injured early. Midway through the second half. There's still time for Granada. And again, in danger of falling even deeper in the relegation zone. At the moment, 8 points from safety, and goal differential not in their favor. So 3 full games with just 9 to go after today. Uche Agbo harassed, retreats. You see Suarez cutting off that back pass to Ochoa. Marco Caso. Nice from Pereira, who's been held in check. Sergio Roberto back. Shots for Barcelona, and 10 of them on target. Ter Stegen under pressure, and the card, or is it? Nope, just a foul.
Well, he goes to Busquets, as he always seems to do, but this time I think Ter Stegen had an option, both either to Jeremy Mathieu on the left side or another available player outside of Busquets. And now that's the way they do it. It's very, very close to getting caught out there. Well,
yeah. Not much, but yeah. Lucas Alcácer disagrees with me, and apparently a little too vocally with the 4th official. Looks like he's been advised to watch the rest of this one. Jus Cañadas is the assistant who's been shown the door. And some of Busquets exaggerating, perhaps, maybe leaving a bit of doubt, but I think from the replays there was contact.
Coming through the back.
Cañadas not done.
Still, he got a good bit of the ball. It seemed to be one of those simultaneous types of challenges. Is that being given in the midfield area?
Neymar.
They all debated different points of view, but that was close.
Neymar, flag stays down. Touched off of Fulquier and out. Alcácer politicking with Fernando Bueno. Actually, that's the assistant, Jorge Bueno, no relation. Ochoa stays back. Cleared away, they'll try it again. Don't forget the extra coming your way next. Gonzalo Higuain, shall we say, warm welcome back to Napoli. Just one of the stories. Edge of the six, touched wide, and Mathieu almost slots it home.
That's his almost hat-trick completed. 3 great opportunities here tonight, Jeremy. And this one was probably the hardest. And this one was probably the closest.
We talked about Alcácer scoring his third. The 3 goals in his last 4 competitive games, which is 3 times as many as he had the prior 14. Finding his legs. Again, credit for all of the criticism Luis Enrique has drawn. He elected to go with Paco, and to this point, that's the difference.
Well, I wasn't arguing about it. You were talking about banging for Denis Suarez, Phil.
And now we know why Dennis isn't out there. Not you. An open Iniesta. Oh, almost to Neymar. Yeah.
It's defended in the end by Fouquier. Certainly an athletic team, aren't they? All wonderfully fit, strong players. These players on Granada. And they put it out. There's no quit in them. Languishing so deep in such perilous position. And against Barcelona, they have really stretched and extended themselves. Look out.
Nice run inside Pereira, but the run stops at Busquets' feet. Good step up.
Yep.
Alcácer. Your side, Fouquier. You can see Lucas Alcaraz telling Boga to get in the middle, get more involved. Chipped across, out comes Ter Stegen. At the edge of the area, the punch to target. And then nodded into the path of Rakitic, 3v4.
Lovely little touch header there by Paco Alcácer.
Backheel try by Rakitic, and it would have been brilliant. Silva. And it's been that kind of second half.
Touch.
Looked back by Suarez. Rakitic was ready. Neymar screaming for the ball. Alba will get it to him.
First time again.
2 in the box. Neymar against Fouquier. Pushes him back. Iniesta. Sergi to Sergi. From Neymar. And the ex-Barca boy Isa Cuenca loosening up. Tackled away and still in play. Neymar was ready for the throw-in. Alcácer. Still too much time to be comfortable. So again, looking long for Ramos, who hasn't seen much of the ball. Pereira wide. Hernandez inside. Asher clears. Andres Pereira. Pereira low and on a hop. That's gathered in by Ter Stegen.
Hasn't seen too much of the game in this contest. Man United loanee comes with a good name, coming out in the press this week saying he's looking forward to going back to Manchester United to claim his place. Look out.
Suarez, quick feet, and smartly wins the corner.
Tries to stop that one really quick and turn Saunier. It was covered.
Imagine it might be Wakasu or Pereira.
Yeah.
Unless they pull out a wing back.
Pereira might be the one, Phil.
Neymar with an in-swinger, loose at the 6. Rakitic brings it down, and then he goes down. Okay. Bursting forward, trying to get rid of it, but a tackle by Mache from behind, but he got the ball. Played back to Memo. And away from Iniesta. Picasso. Teasing Paco. Agbo retreats. Here's Saunier. Further downfield. Olga upended, nice tackle, Mascherano.
Beautifully timed, calculated gamble like that, but great ball in here.
In the middle, Neymar, but they couldn't get it to him. Lomban in the way.
Good attempt by Suarez, but well defended by Lomban, reading that pass.
Andreas and Rakitic. They're trying to play peacemaker.
Certainly was. What the Croatians arguing against here was the earlier challenge. Been in the battles all right, but you don't mind. Wonderful player, Ivan Rakitic, looking to extend his contract here at Barcelona.
They take out the defender. They'll go with 4 in the back, and Cuenca will push up the line.
Yeah. Silva exits, and familiar face to Barcelona fans and these teammates coming in.
8 years with the Catalan side.
Yeah, scored some good goals. Memorable.
And down by Ramos.
Nicely.
Boga double teamed. Neymar battling Fouquier, seemed to take a hit, and the referee agrees. Granada fans not showing much sympathy. Now the yellow.
It seems a little bit harsh, this, in looking at it in live time. We'll see in replay, but I think the arm comes up onto Neymar, but I'll have a look at the intention here. The referee says this is fully intended. Take a look. He's reaching in and across, but
again, it looked like that might have been from the assistant or the 4th. Alcaraz disagreeing. 80th minute approaches. La Liga not the only action on the day. Extra
good
with a
run.
Complete recap. Here's Boga looking to add a highlight. 2 in the box. Tries to get around, and it does seem to touch off Barca. It does for the corner. Granada, their 9th.
a sense of nervousness still in this game. As long as it's 2-1, this Granada dangerous, but doesn't find its way through that time. But certainly Barcelona looking for that insurance goal. It's been hard to come by against this gritty team.
Neymar showing some grit here.
Brilliance.
First pass 2, cuts to the inside, loses a third. Agbo tries to bring him down, but can't, and they
a wonderful
get the foul.
Combination, and so many beautiful touches by this special player on the run. Again, we'll see the end of it, but so much to like about that early part of that run. Cuenca comes across, there's nothing wrong there. Again, his feet turn into hands. This is where the challenge comes across him. Just clips him, puts him off his balance. Yeah.
We're just a one-goal game. Ramos pushing forward. Might have been off, but the flag stays down. He's brought down as he comes back to the ball, and Mathieu whistled for the foul. Have not beaten Barcelona since 2014. It was back when Yassine Brahimi was still marauding through La Liga.
Some very committed targets to hit here now for Pereira if he wants it.
He will drive it wide.
With
now
a different
4 in
route.
the box. Chip towards the spot, but off target. Suarez to clear.
Altogether too clever. Big targets inside at 2-1. They're the opportunities. They've got to go a lot more direct, Granada.
Agbo, and he reaches out to grab. He'd earlier gotten the yellow, and now he's got a matching pair.
Now, Alcaraz, you can take them to school, but you can't make them learn sometimes. Footballers get rash, and Agbo showing it on a yellow card. And you see Casso just shaking his head in disbelief. Do without this, and he's getting no sort of response from his coach. Just a silly play.
Either one, a very harsh challenge, but you can see where the yellow comes from. Slices through 2 into the 18, off for Suarez, controlled by Rakitic, and deflected home for a third.
Again, he gets his theodolite out and measures this one absolutely beautifully, and it's a clean goal, I believe. Neymar sets the table, squirrel on a telephone wire, driving into Granada's defense and stretching them out like Spaniards on Miami Beach. And then the ball in. Is a little bit of a fortunate touch. Let's take a look. Neymar, it's all brilliance. But right here, there's a bit of a good fortune that pops towards Rakitic. Let's see if this takes a slight deflection on its way, and it does. But he'll be claiming it.
Saunier, it looked like it might be going wide.
Yep.
And that might even go down as an own goal, but I think Rakitic deserves the credit. By the way, as things get nicer on the pitch, especially on the scoreboard, some bad news from Barcelona on the bench. Word coming that Rafinha's injury to his right knee, meniscus damage suspected, and there will be more tests in the new week. If you missed the goal, watch it again, facebook.com/beIN Sports USA.
Ball.
Neymar in the center of the park.
And again.
Looking to try and get Paco on the score sheet again.
Well, nowadays the cartilage operation, the meniscus, is pretty routine, and players can be back within a couple of weeks. Oh, sad for Rafinha. Missing a good alternative for a player coming in. Oh, and Elena getting another run out. There hasn't been many of them, Phil.
Carlos Alenya, very promising midfielder from La Masia. He's played for Barcelona in the Cup, but this would be his La Liga debut.
Played.
Back for Andres Pereira.
Played well in the Copa del Rey, as I remember. Elena.
1-1 draw against Hercules back in November.
Talented player. He's probably man of the match that night, I recall.
Down goes Ramos. Only whistle from the crowd. Wasn't that long ago. This was a close match, but Barcelona making the breaks. And here breaking through again, Neymar but Lomban shuts him down.
This is good defending from the ex-Barca man. Oh, he's in!
Stripped back by the Brazilian. Kick save by Memo. And Suarez tried to do it again.
Well, Lomban stands him up. A wonderful tackle in the end here. Take a look. Lomban times it beautifully right there, and then hits the snooze button. Neymar's in. Ochoa again keeps the scoreline down.
86th minute ticks to a close. There, Neymar.
I think that one was very little in that.
I'm wondering whether that was
one.
for kicking the ball away.
Yeah.
Maybe even thought he was kicking it at the assistant.
Right. Could be right.
Just a little lighthearted kicker, you might say. Catch that on the extra later. Thomas always has his dancing shoes on.
Gary Bailey as well. Gary's got some moves.
Chip to the near side. Fulquier with the touch. Credit to Barca, by the way, keeping Boga in check since his goal that tied us up. Seems like another game at this point. Nice from Fulquier around Alenia. Deflected in. Here's Boga again. Boga at 3 in front. Right for the Frenchman.
Good defending by
Ter Stegen.
Busquets and Jordi Alba there closing in on Boga.
2-point gap. Game in hand for Real. And here's the Clasico to come.
Look out.
Suarez beating that back two. Threads it across, and Saunier clears it just in front of Neymar.
And he'll be saying his apologies to Neymar. Suarez is short with this pass. Brilliant control on the run. But then he just needed a couple of more ounces on the weight of that pass. Ventilate it a little bit too quietly for Neymar to reach and punch that one home. He's been through a lot of work up there tonight. For me, questionably man of the match, Suarez.
Neymar with a quick drive. And another chance for Paco. Quick thinking. Couldn't put it on target, though.
Sprints away from his coverage, right into the open area. And again, split second, but that ball really pinged towards him.
There will be some that will point to the fact that that is the 7th red card that Barcelona opponents have seen, and Barca yet to see one. And also 5 penalties for Barca, none against. Okay, back, Boga down. Ter Stegen drops the apron. Sometimes the interpretation is the fact that it's Barcelona that is imposing themselves on the game and more likely to be the ones victimized by the defense. Game a bit closer than the 3-1 scoreline would appear, though. 90th minute.
A lot of these games this year for Barcelona haven't been the vintage that many have been weaned on over the last several years. Just a different edition, but it certainly has been against these lower teams, finding themselves a bit of a slow motion mode in the early parts of the game. It certainly was here today.
Touched back to Ter Stegen under pressure.
It wasn't as if Granada were threatening them with too much going the other way either. So
again, you talk about it.
It's a strange sort of a season for Barcelona this year.
Their last loss against Deportivo, who were just coming out of the relegation zone. Hércules, another where they dropped points. And Malaga.
Brilliant from Iniesta, that.
2 minutes out.
Moly.
Paco looks to the inside. Suarez scoops it back for Alcácer. Blasted across. Neymar! and a tap home for 4.
This could be one of the goals of the season in many ways, because it starts with the Iniesta with absolutely astonishing brilliance deep in his own half. You people, you lucky people with them fancy schmancy machines, take a look at the genesis of this goal with a man called Don Andres Iniesta. This is the finish of it, but I tell you what, the way it was embroidered down the field was beautiful. First time football, one touch. The kid gets in on the action off of the bench as well and has a part to play. The Brazilian cleaner than Neutrogena with his finish, but Iniesta with some beautiful hocus pocus just outside of his own 18-yard box, and then a crossfield pass that opened it all up. Stardust from Iniesta.
Well, then, yeah, involved. If you want, watch it again on Facebook.com/BN Sports USA. Well, you can stick around and watch it on your television as extra right around the corner.
I'll do that.
It's you and your fancy schmancy machines, right?
Yeah, I kind of get the hang of them.
Laid back for Borga. Looking for an opening.
Nice movement, isn't it, about Jeremy Borga, though? It's playing amongst a tough team. Oh,
looking for the gap, and it's 3v2. Suarez guiding traffic. Neymar off the post. Woodwork saving Ochoa as the game comes to a close. It was 1-1 5 minutes into the second half. It was all Barcelona after. Neymar, one of the heroes of the day, but Luis Suarez, our man of the match.
Wonderful quick feet here by Neymar, and kind of guide that one home. But this one was a game that had to be really fought for and earned, but Suarez from the first minute was the antagonist and the inspiration for Barca. Here was a masterpiece of a goal. Jordi Alba puts it on a pin for Suarez, but he's got so much to do. He follows the bouncing ball and then sends it into the back of the net with a heavenly touch. He'd be involved in the last goal as well, but Barcelona get by Granada.
More to come.